Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm gonna start off with my e.l.f. mineral infused primer, and I'm putting that everywhere on my face except for my cheek area and my nose area. And then as you can see, I'm using my Benefit Professional Matte Rescue for my nose because my nose is really oily, and if I don't do this, then my foundation is just gonna start spreading. And then for my pores, I'm just putting the Professional by Benefit. And then for my foundation, I mixed both of the dewy and the matte from the Maybelline Fit Me collection in the shade 238 and 240. And that's my perfect shade. And then I'm just applying that with my finger all over my face. And then I'm going to blend it all out with my beauty sponge. Okay, for my brows, I'm using the e.l.f. brow cream in the shade Espresso. And then I'm using this Anastasia brow duo brush. I believe the number is 12. And I'm just lining the bottom of my brow first. And then doing hairline strokes up, like filling in the body of my brow. And then I'm going to line the top of my brow, the bridge of my brow. And I'm basically just following my natural brow shape and then just filling everything in and then using the spoolie to spread the rest of the product throughout my whole brow. Okay, now I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Medium with this concealer brush from Morphe. I believe it's the 224 brush. And I'm just cleaning up under my brow just because I like my brow to look sharp and clean. And then all that excess concealer that I have, I just drag it down onto my eyelid, and I use that as an eyeshadow primer. And then I just set the concealer with translucent powder so that it doesn't crease before I start my eyeshadow application. Okay, so now going into my Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette. I'm taking the matte shade in the palette. It's called Myth. and I'm just using that as my transition color. And then I'm going to be going into my NYX Brights palette and starting off with the light orange shade, and using the same brush for the outer corner of my eye. And then I'm going to go into a elf crease brush to get into the inner corner of my eye, just so I can be a little bit more precise. Okay, and as you can see, with blending the inner corner, I'm just trying to be super precise, and I'm blending up and also blending it in towards the center of my eye, just so that when I apply that top shadow, it just makes blending them all together easier. Now I'm taking this purple shade and I'm applying that in the outer corner and inner corner as well with that same crease brush, and I'm just blending it basically the same way I blended the inner corner. Now going into the shade Mystic, I'm going to be spraying that with some Fix Plus onto like this flat eyeshadow brush from Wet n Wild, and I'm just popping that right in the middle, and then I'm also bringing it up past where my natural eye crease is. Since I do have hooded eyes, I'm just bringing it up slightly just so that when my eyes open you can still see the shadow. And then I'm going to be taking a blending brush and just blending out the edges of that just so that there's no harsh lines. Okay, for eyeliner, I'm using my NYX matte liquid liner, and I'm just basically lining the top of my eye first, and then I'm gonna create my wing, and then once I create that wing, I'm just gonna connect it back to my lash line, and then just fill it in and make it as thick and even as I possibly can. Okay, now going back to my Tarte. Why did I want to say Shart? My Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm just putting that under my eye, a couple dots. You don't really need a lot because it's super, super, super full coverage. I mean, unless you want to put a lot, you know, by all means, do you. But I just put a little bit, and then I just blend it out with that sponge, and then I'm gonna set it with my AIRSPUN translucent powder. I'm using my HOOLA bronzer by Benefit to contour my face and just bronze up my face basically. And then I'm just gonna use a translucent powder, the same AIRSPUN translucent powder I used to carve out my cheekbones and just make them look super sharp and defined. And then I don't let it bake on my face because my cheeks are already dry, so I just wipe it away with a fluffy brush. For lashes, I'm using this brand called Aramica Lash. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I just got these lashes off of Amazon. I think they were like $10 or so. Um, but yeah, I just thought that they were so beautiful and fluffy and dramatic, and that's what I needed for this look. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop those on, and then I'm going to work on my waterline, and I'm just using the purple shade to smoke out my waterline, and also going in with a black eyeliner from NYX. For lips, I'm lining my lips with the NYX lip liner in the shade Nutmeg, and then I'm going to be topping that with the Smashbox lipstick in the shade Poisy Pink, and then putting the Smashbox lip gloss in the shade Pink Lady on top. Okay, using Peaches by MAC, I'm just applying that with this BH Cosmetics flat brush right where my cheeks are. And then I'm going to be applying Soft and Gentle Highlight by MAC on the top of my cheekbones. I'm going to be applying it on the tip of my nose, on my cupid's bow, and then just blending it out with a fluffy blending brush. So that is all for today's video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, leave your likes, comments, all of that. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.